A big expected reveal just came from the LWO, so we'll see what's new with them. We'll also check out what's new with Andrade, Smackdown Women's Division, and more. Starting things off with the LWO and the big reveal from the April 26th edition of Smackdown. The night before WrestleMania 40, LWO suffered that big moment of Dragon Lee getting attacked from behind with no one knowing who was behind the attack. The natural assumption was that it was Carlito who did the attack, and how he's been trying to cover it up ever since. Carlito pointed fingers at Santos Escobar, saying that he did the attack on Dragon Lee. But for weeks, Santos Escobar said that he didn't do the attack and had nothing to hide, saying that if he did the attack, he would simply own up to it. So after weeks of being falsely accused of being behind the attack, Santos Escobar did some own investigating himself, and he was able to find some backstage security camera footage from the night of the attack. The new backstage footage showed Carlito attacking Dragon Lee from behind, and then acting as if he randomly found Dragon Lee already hurt like that. The footage absolutely exposed Carlito for what he did, and the lies that he's been telling for several weeks now. Carlito, who was still standing in the ring with LWO while the footage was playing, absolutely panicked and shoved Dragon Lee into Rey Mysterio before dropping Dragon Lee with a backstabber and running away through the crowd. We'll have to wait a bit longer to see Carlito's full explanation for his actions, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Carlito didn't like how Rey skipped over him and went with Dragon Lee to be his WrestleMania 40 tag team partner. So Carlito wanted to attack Dragon Lee so that Rey would have no choice but to select Carlito as a backup partner for WrestleMania 40. But even that plan failed when Rey ended up picking Andrade over Carlito after Dragon Lee went down. So Carlito was overlooked by Rey Mysterio not once, but twice. And it looks like Carlito was trying to keep the truth behind the Dragon Lee attack under wraps and put that behind them. But after Santos exposed what he did with that footage, Carlito had no choice but to go loud right then and there and run away from the LWO. It's sort of a full circle moment for Carlito and Santos Escobar. Right back after Crown Jewel 2023, Santos Escobar had purposely screwed Rey Mysterio over in the match by leaving the brass knuckles in range for Logan Paul to use on Rey. Santos played it off as an accident, but it was actually intentional. Santos was also hoping to keep things quiet and pray that no one noticed what he did, but it was Carlito who came out back then after Crown Jewel and exposed Santos Escobar to Rey with the proof of what Santos did. After getting exposed by Carlito, Santos unleashed a brutal heel turn attack on Rey Mysterio. So here we are nearly 6 months later and the roles have been flipped. Carlito did something bad that he was really hoping would stay unnoticed. But it was Santos Escobar who came out and exposed Carlito to Rey Mysterio this time around. So it's pretty crazy how the roles were reversed there within the first span of a few months. And for Rey Mysterio, this is of course extremely devastating for him to once again be going through. Rey is a legendary babyface superstar that's dealt with backstabs and betrayals dating back to several decades ago. The list of people who betrayed Rey include big names like Batista, Eddie Guerrero, and even down to his own son, Dominic Mysterio. All people that Rey considered to be close friends and family that just turned on him like nothing. And now within the last 6 months, both of his right-hand men, Santos and Carlito, did something dirty behind his back that betrayed his trust. So if anyone deserves your empathy here, it's truly Rey Mysterio. Because the man can't catch a break, and it's hard to blame him if he has trust issues, because who wouldn't have them with his recent experiences? The difference though with Carlito's heel-turning moment compared to Santos is that Carlito didn't attack Rey Mysterio, he only attacked Dragon Lee during the heel turn, an indicator that maybe Carlito doesn't have any direct hatred in his heart for Rey Mysterio. He was just extremely jealous of Dragon Lee, and Dragon Lee was his main target here. And yes, we talk about having empathy for Rey Mysterio and feeling bad for him, but in a strange way, Rey's character strangely brings this upon himself. Santos had a problem with how Rey took the group over and renamed them without his permission, and how Rey also brought in Carlito to the LWO without talking things over with the group beforehand. And now Rey Mysterio caused Carlito to snap because Rey just skipped right over him to select Dragon Lee to be his WrestleMania partner instead. So in a strange way, Rey Mysterio is to blame for both heel turns from Carlito and Santos. If he just treated them fairly, they probably all would still be together and happy. But the LWO now loses Carlito, and that lieutenant spot within the group is once again wide open. Some fans think that maybe Dragon Lee will take over as Rey's latest right-hand man, while others believe WWE may be setting up something else that's pretty huge. We saw Zelina and Andrade briefly reunite on Smackdown before WrestleMania, and then at WrestleMania itself. And with Andrade now being drafted to SmackDown, and this available spot being open in the LWO, could Andrade put himself back into the picture to stand by Rey Mysterio, and once again reunite with Zelina Vega for good? That definitely seems like a realistic possibility. So despite LWO suffering some huge losses and betrayals from lots of key members over the last few months, it looks like they can easily patch things up with the addition of someone like Andrade. The LWO storyline should continue to stay hot with lots of upcoming big moments, such as Carlito's explanation and Zelina possibly recruiting Andrade once again. It has now been made official that Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill will be taking on the Kabuki Warriors at Backlash for the women's tag team titles. A lot of fans are feeling like Jade and Bianca are a lock-in to win the women's tag team titles at Backlash. Damage Control is still going through their rough patch right now after losing the WWE women's title to Bayley at WrestleMania 40. And it seems like losing the tag team titles can be that extra little thing that really causes the group to implode from within. There's no real point in Asuka and Kairi Sane retaining their titles, and it's really hard to picture a world where either Bianca Belair or Jade Cargill gets pinned right now. So taking those things into consideration, lots of fans are expecting to see the new women's tag team champions get crowned at Backlash. It'll be Jade Cargill's first WWE title. It'll be Bianca Belair's first reign as a tag team champion. And it'll really help elevate the Big Three status even more. And on the opposite side of things, losing the tag team title should really advance the story amongst Damage Control. With all their titles now being gone, they're going to need strong leadership from Iyo or Dakota to pull them back together and keep things going strong. That'll be a big opportunity for someone to step up and make a name for themselves. So there's tons of exciting things to look forward to in the SmackDown women's division. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.